Hey guys, today we're going to be learning the snap change. The snap change is a really amazing and visual colour change that you can learn. It'll really impress people you perform it to. David Blaine used it, and it was also used in the film Now You See Me. You might have seen it on there, which is on your screen right now. So that's the snap change. It takes a little while to get down, but once you learn it, it's going to really impress people you perform it to. That being said, let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so let's learn the snap change. Now this is going to be a hard move when you do it at first. You're not going to be able to get it down straight away. And it's also very hard to learn when you're trying to do it in slow motion at first. Once you master the move, then you can kind of do it in slow motion. But when you're learning, I would advise you to do it at full speed like that. So let's just start with looking at the secret of the move, what's actually going on. So you've got two cards and you're going to hold them as one. So once you've done the double lift, and then what you're doing is you're bringing the card in front, underneath the second card, and holding it like this. So they see the card that was behind, and this is all done very fast, like that. And you can see that card is pulled very quickly underneath and held by the middle and thumb, clipped like this. So that's the secret. Let's go through the move step by step. Okay, so the first step is to do a double lift. Now we all know how to do this. If you don't, there'll be a link to my double lift tutorial on your screen. So once you're in the double lift position, you want to hold the card like so. The middle finger and index need to be on the lower right pip, like this, and your thumb needs to be directly behind them. And you're going to pinch the card in this grip. Now this grip might be a bit difficult to get used to at first. You might start slipping and the cards might separate like that. But with a bit of practice this should come, and you'll be able to hold it as one card really easily. Just a gentle grip will do. So we'll just go over that once more. Do a double lift, and then you take your middle and index fingers on the lower right pip, thumb directly behind, and pinch it like that. Now you can hold it and just maneuver it like so. Make sure they don't separate. So that's the first step. Okay, so once you're in this position with your thumb at the back and middle and index fingers on the front, the second step is to actually do the move and bring the card in front underneath the second card and clip it like that. So we're going to go through that move. This is the difficult bit of this colour change. What you're going to be doing is putting pressure with your middle finger and pulling this card in front down. And at the same time with your thumb you're going to push up on the card that's behind. Now with your index finger, it just has to have a loose grip. It doesn't really grip anything because it's actually going to let go of this front card to grip the second card when it comes through. So you're pulling the card in front down with your middle finger, and the card that's behind is going up because of the pressure applied by your thumb. So the two cards begin to separate like this. Now your index finger has a loose grip again, and it lets go of that front card and grips the second card. Now when this card in front is going underneath, the middle finger pushes up and it should clip it between the middle finger and thumb and hold it between the middle and the thumb. And the thumb should also be holding this front card between the thumb and the index finger. So once more, from the front this time, the middle finger pulls down and the index finger releases as the thumb pushes forward, and the index finger grabs the second card with the thumb, and the first card, which has just been switched out for the second card, is now clipped between the thumb and the index finger. Now this part of the move will be hard to get at first. Don't be frustrated if you can't do it. Just keep doing that move however slow you're doing it at first, you will get quicker and you will get it so that you don't actually need to do any misdirection when you do it. It'll just be a straightforward snap change. Okay, so you should notice that this move is angle sensitive. When you do the change, the card that gets changed, so say the Jack of Hearts, when I change that Jack of Hearts and clip it between my thumb and middle, you can see it from various angles. See, if I was to hold the card like this and there was someone sitting right here, they'll be able to see that there was a card behind. So if you have people at these angles, it ruins the change because they can see exactly what's going on. So some tips to actually get rid of this angle sensitive bit of the trick is to ditch this card, which is what I do. But before we go through a ditch method, we're just going to go through how to cover it up. So when you're practicing this move, you want to practice it in front of a mirror. And that way you can, once you've done the change, you can experiment and just get a feel for which angles you're safe from and which angles people can see this card from. So the best angle to be doing this trick to people for is just straight on. Straight on, they won't see this card, and if you lean slightly to the right, you've got your right hand will block some of this card off, so if people are sitting right here. The worst angle is definitely from the left. This is really vulnerable from the left, as there's absolutely no cover at all, unless you were to ditch this card, which I'll show you how to do right now. So once you've done the change, you'll be left in this position, and as we said, this card here is very angle sensitive. So we're going to go through a method of how to ditch this card. Now you'll see in my performance that when I perform the trick, I can immediately display this card to be just one card and my hands are empty and they won't know where the other card went. And I'm able to do this because I ditch the second card onto the deck when I do it. Now I'll just do it in slow motion here, then I'll go through it with detail. So what I do is that kind of move, and you'll have seen what happened is that once I changed the card, my left hand, which is holding the deck face down, immediately comes up to meet my right hand, and my left thumb grasps this changed card, which is clipped between my middle and thumb, and pulls it onto the deck. Now while this happens, my right hand rotates into kind of a spin and then brings this card into contact with just my thumb on the face of the card and then my fingers behind it, and I'm able to do this kind of flick here, and this really emphasizes that this is one card and they see that the card has changed, and it's a real convincer of the change. So we'll just go through that whole ditch again. You change the card and you bring your left hand holding the deck face down to meet it. You then pull this clipped card here onto the deck using your thumb, and then you pull away and rotate your left hand palm down while grabbing the card like this and displaying it as one card before turning it back on the deck, emphasizing that the other card has vanished. Okay, so if you put all these moves into one, we've got the snap change, which we'll just go over right now. You do a double lift. You then get it into this position with your middle finger and index finger on the bottom right hand side of the card, holding where the pip is, thumb directly behind them. Your middle finger pulls down on the card that's in front, and your thumb pushes up on the card behind. Your index finger releases its pressure and then grips the second card, as the first card is pulled underneath and clipped between your right thumb and middle finger. Your left hand then comes up, and your left thumb pulls the clipped card onto the deck, while your right hand displays this is one card and the other card has vanished. You then can emphasize the colour change and go into your next trick. Okay, so that's it for the snap change tutorial. If you did like the video, don't forget to leave a like, favourite, comment and subscribe. This has been Complete Deception, and I'll see you later.